Let's be real, when you see an ad like this, you probably assume it cost a crazy amount of money. Big crew, fancy gear, huge production, and you immediately think, yeah, that's not in my budget. That used to be true. AI flipped the script. The gap isn't about money now, it's about who knows how to use the tools. If you understand the right platforms and how to direct them, you can build a full campaign on your own. Clean visuals, scroll stopping creative, no agency, just you, a clear idea, and the ability to execute. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how.
What's up guys, so my name is Ashley. I'm a content creator. I love creating stuff with AI, and I think that the process of creating an ad is really long, by shooting, by taking a crew, by gathering everyone up. So AI helps us to create videos in a way easier and faster way. I love to investigate things with AI, so I'm excited to show you today the tutorial. It's gonna be long, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it. And the best part, all of these tools of AI are 100% free. I'm excited to show you what are the steps to create the best ad, even if it exists brand and even if it's not. I'm gonna teach you all of the 4 steps in order to create the best video ad as possible.
So here are the 4 steps. The first step is building a brand. The second step is creating the logo. Third step is generating realistic photos as possible. Yeah, and I do want to mention here that if it's not real, it's also fine, because if the users would love that video, would love that ad, if the ad grabs attention, that it doesn't matter if it's real or not. And even if it's AI, it's so trendy right now that it's okay that it's not real, the most real, and doesn't look real. But I do say, because we want to create something very professional as possible, then we need to create something that is realistic as possible. And the first step is animating the photos. Let's start with building brands. We need that step because I want you to practice on the AI tools. I want to create something with AI. And the best way to practice these tools is to create a non-existing brand. As I invented Coco, which I'm going to show you really soon how I created that brand and my thoughts and how it led me to create this whole ad of a coffee shop that doesn't exist. But I do really want to mention that you don't have necessarily to build a brand. Maybe you work in a specific brand already, but I do want you to practice these tools. I think that AI today is so important. I do think that it's important to build a new brand, even if it's hard, but just to understand the thinking behind of it. And I'm not saying it's creating a brand for a real company. That is why you can take your creativity to the next level. You create whatever you want, with the colors you want, with the story that you want. Building a brand means that you need to create a foundation of your fictional brand. So Coco the coffee shop is not real, as I mentioned, and you need to define a personality, the colors of it, and the story of the brand. Afterwards, we're gonna move on 4 questions that I wrote to you that you need to ask yourself in order to create a brand. I don't wanna lie, it was hard. I wanted to build a brand about coffee shop because I really love coffee myself. As you can see here, people sit here outside of the coffee, they smile. There are chairs outside, the logo LCD coffee. Here you can see very classic coffee shop. I love that trees here. Here, for example, I really love the combination of the brown beans and the trees, the green forest trees. I think this is a perfect design for a coffee shop. You have a flower here, and you have here a bench, and I love the colors, the light blue, green. I love the green color. I do also remember that in Starbucks logo, the color is green, dark green, and white. And also in Central Park, from France. Also, there's this specific green, dark green. Dark green color is awesome. Here are the 4 questions that you need to ask yourself on that first step. Who's my exact target audience? People who value coffee, people who likes to go outdoors, people who want to study for a test, people inside a coffee shop, people who want to hang out with other people who wants to go to a calm, very great place to drink coffee and have a great time with the computer or by themselves or with friends. So this is the first one question that you need to ask yourself. What is your main target audience? Second one, what's the brand's core message, brand's promises? So the brand promises is a calm, welcoming moment in a busy day. If you're having a bad day, just come to that coffee shop. You're gonna have a great time there. If my brand was a person, how would it speak? So Coco would be a very welcoming person, a very calm person. Yeah. What colors and visual style represents my brand? So as we saw before, it's a slightly vintage kind of environment. Coco uses warm, deep browns and forest greens, very, very minimalistic and cozy. So second step is creating the logo. I'm going to show you first in Adobe Illustrator the final logo, but afterwards we're gonna head to Canva and I will show you how to create the same logo in Adobe Illustrator in Canva by yourself. You can do it for free, so don't be nervous about that. I didn't copy anything, but I went on that color tone of green because I think that it reminds us of something that is calm. I wanted to add something with my creativity, and this is a coffee bean, and as I mentioned before, coffee, like brown and green, goes really good together. So here there's like coffee bean, which is like a period because there are many logos with period in the end. It's like Coco period, Coco period. So come to Coco, the coffee shop period. They just come, like something that is inviting you to come. When you look at the logo, you can read it really well, even if it's small. This font is very readable. This color also suits very well with the green background. I do know that many of you don't know how to create a logo, even if it's a simple one with Adobe Illustrator, because this is a very complicated software. So I'm going to show you in Canva how to create that. We're gonna duplicate Canva and we're gonna click on create. That's right, create a logo. There we go. Here, let's mention logo Coco Coffee Shop. Okay, now we have this specific ratio of creating the logo, but it doesn't matter because you just go to Canva, write logo, and that's it. It's doing all the work for you. Let's change the background. We're heading here, we click on the background. We're going to this background color, and then we're gonna paste the color code from here. So we're going here, we copy that, okay, we're heading and we paste that color, and here, bam, color. Now let's add Coco text, right? So we're gonna click on text, add a text box, Coco. Let's make that bigger. Here we have impact font. Let's go here and search for that font, and if we're not going to find it, then it's okay. Impact. Oh, there's impact. Great. Let's put that in the center like that. Awesome. Let's create the same color as this one. So as I mentioned, this color is not white. It's something that it's like close to white, but I did want it to go on a color that is not specifically white because I think that the combination looks way better on the background green color with this color instead of white. See how it looks with white? It looks something that is like not cozy as I want it to be, or calm. Copy. We want to color that text. We're going to head here, text color, and paste from scratch. Bam, it looks the same, okay? The exact same. And now coffee bean. I went to free pick and I wrote coffee bean. And let's license free. And that's a bin that I downloaded. You can download it in even JPEG. You don't have to download it in PSD. I'm not sure this is the exact one as I used. No, it's not, but it's very, very similar. I pasted that photo here, and now I just make it smaller, as it looks like a dot. And let's center this together, and as you can see, it looks the same. So you don't have to create it inside Adobe Illustrator. That's fine to create it in Canva for free. After creating that logo, don't forget that we need to design something simple but is meaningful as possible that reflects the brand identity. The brand identity is very, very calm, very inviting, relating to the questions that you need to ask yourself on that logo. So does the logo work in one color? It works in 3 colors. I can use it in black and white and black, which called introvert, and the main one, which is the green. Is it readable at small sizes? Yes, because the font is huge. And it's very readable font, and it has a very good contrast between them. It just pops out. You can read it very, very well. I think that people on their 80s can read that. So it's okay. Does it communicate the brand's vibe? Yes, because the coffee bean communicates the coffee, and cocoa communicates calm. As you can see here, this communicates coffee, this communicates calm, and cocoa means coffee also. After building a brand, which is a coffee shop, and then creating the logo with Canva, now let's generate a realistic photos with Nano Banana as possible. On that description, we need, with using AI, turn the brand and logo into realistic visuals that feels like a real business, because we want to look for professional as possible. So first, before heading to Nano Banana, which is the funnest part, I want us to think about which kind of visuals are there in coffee shop. What do we see in coffee shop? Like, how do I write the prompts? What do I need to write? Let's head to Google Images again, and let's look inside coffee shops. What do we have? What we can think about when we consider creating a brand that it doesn't exist. So first we have coffee cup. Let's write that down. Coffee cup. We also have here outdoors coffee street, outdoors coffee store street. We have here 2 women talk to each other. So let's write one woman speaks on phone. We have here a barista who makes coffee. Barista. What else do we have? A barista making coffee. A barista making coffee. We have here the inside of the coffee. Inside of coffee shop. I'm not saying that this list has to be the most accurate as possible, but it's sort of supposed to help you thinking about which kind of photos do we need to put in the whole video to create an atmosphere of a real place. This is like a B-roll shot list. One of my favorite things in coffee shops are cookies. Like this, chocolate chips cookies. So I want to have a chocolate chips cookie. What else do we have in the coffee shop? With a worker. Let's move on that list. So we have a cup of coffee. Outdoors coffee store, coffee shop. From the street, we can use a couple of angles, different angles from right side, from left side. Outdoors, far away, close shot. I'm gonna show you soon how to create that. One woman speaks on the phone. A barista is making coffee. So we have a barista maybe serving coffee. We have a barista cleaning stuff. We have a barista making coffee. And inside of the coffee shop, which you just see the interior part of the coffee shop, cookies, because I love cookies, and kitchen with a worker. This list is great. Now let's head to Google AI Studio Nano Banana. First thing, I put here the logo that we created together, and I wrote him create an entrance of a realistic coffee shop with this logo and color of the logo, which is the color code that I showed you exactly right here. This is what Nano Banana sent to me. As you can see, this looks great. It has a winter vibe, it has a vintage vibe. Here's the logo, coffee and more. Here are people inside of the coffee shop, green chairs, everything's green, flowers. I love it. But I wanted to make it more sunny, less winter. And here you can see there, it puts here a tree on the left side. I love it. It looks real. This person looks a little bit of scary, but I do love that entrance. Now, I wanted to show a person goes inside holding a cup of coffee. So I told him, great, now keep the same language, put there a hand with a cup of coffee, as we wrote here, cup of coffee. It doesn't matter if it's on a table or if it's outdoors, indoors, it doesn't matter, but I wanted someone who was walking with a cup of coffee with its color and its logo brand to keep the same language, because I want to put that logo on that coffee cup and put the background in blurry, like the background of the outdoors, and from a different angle, like it's someone who's walking from there onto the outside. So make the coffee cup focus the most. Look at that, it looks great. It looks real. There's a blurry girl behind, there's the coffee shop behind, it's all blurred out. It looks like a real photo from an iPhone, but I do think that there's nothing inside. So I wrote him, put coffee inside the cup and make some steam out of it. But it looks like a cigar kind of steam. So I don't think it's looked the most realistic, but I just said, okay, let's keep going with and try maybe cold coffee instead. Great, now do the same thing with cold coffee. So he put it drops of water, which is kind of cool. And here's the logo, it's also cool, but it doesn't look like cold coffee. Cup of cold coffee. And here it is. I can just put something like that, create something based on that. With a straw, with cold coffee, with ice in it. I pasted that and wrote cold coffee in this cup, but with the same logo and color. As you can see here, he did it great. Here's the logo on white introvert. As you can see here, it's very readable. I don't think that the coffee bean, no, also the coffee beans were very noticeable. You can see that this is a coffee. But here's theirs. So I wrote him, remove the ice part above that cup. And this is really awesome. This looks great. But the straw on the right side, and it's supposed to get out from the middle of the cup. So I wrote him, put the straw in the middle, and it worked. And it looks really real. And this is so cool. And even if you don't make a video about that, you can see here that it works well with photos. If you need to create banners, for example, it also works really well. I want to show how it looks from inside. So I wrote to him, now show me the inside of the coffee shop. Make it look realistic as possible and suits for the brand colors and name. And you can see, looks amazing. People here sit down. There's cocoa sign with the logo. There's green everywhere. Even the barista wears green. There's a barista here. There's sun, people with a computer, people hang out, people in the age that I wanted. There's flower here. There's photos here of coffee, black, white, great colors. I absolutely love it. It looks actually real. Now, let's move on to the next move because we think about it as a video ad and not a photo ad. Here we need to get closer to that barista. So close up, which means getting closer to the barista, and he looks real. Zoom into the coffee machine, show him pour a milk into coffee. The coffee doesn't look real, but it's okay. I can just write to him if it bothers me, make the coffee more realistic, and I'm sure he can send me something better than this. Put a coffee on a table. Also, this doesn't look the best, but it's the same people from before. So I love I love that it's consistent. I love the colors of the couch, the background looks good. Do a close up of a hand picks it up without seeing any person to drink it. Now here, as you can see, the AI is AI. It made a mistake, so I'm not gonna use it. I tried to convince him to create something better. He created that, but also I didn't like that, so I just gave up and moved on because sometimes it just sucks and doesn't work well. Now I wanted to put a cup of coffee and see the outdoors. Put a cup of coffee on the table so you can see the outdoors free. He created a cup of coffee, but on the background you can see cocoa. It's not good. I wrote him, make sure the background has a different store view. And there you go. You have here Book Nook, which is a bookstore. It looks like a bookstore. It has different colors. Show me outdoors window from far away. So here's the coffee cup. Yeah, it's not located in the same place as before inside, but there's Book Nook again. So I didn't like that. So I said, change the Book Nook to a different store. And there you go, the baked bear. So as you can see, here's the photo of Book Nook with a cup of coffee, and here it looks from the outside. Inside, outside, inside, outside. It looks real. Now let's move to the kitchen. Show me inside of the store. The kitchen person with the brand color wearing. Show him or her. Didn't care if it's a girl or a boy. In the process of baking a cookie, and that's it. He's baking a cookie, but the logo is not my logo. So I pasted in your logo and said change the text of the logo, and that's it. I wanted to create a process of him baking that cookies. So I said making the cookies less baked so it would seem it's a part of the process before putting it into the oven, and there you go. I want to show a shelf of cookies because if he's baking cookies and the inside store doesn't have any cookies, then we need to create a shelf inside that store with cookies, with the girl putting the cookies on the shelf. There you go. Showing image of single cookie with one single cookie from close up with green background of the brand. Looks incredible. Now, only with green background, and also make it more realistic. Now I put like salt above it. I think it looks bad. Remove the salt or sugar. There you go. Now create another photo. It's opening to half, two slices, like in chocolate melts. I wanted to put another photo of a girl talking on her phone. Show girl inside the store, sitting on a table with a cookie and a plate and cold coffee on the table, and show her talking on the phone, make her look realistic as possible. So here's the coffee, here's the cookie, here you can see it's a large, very huge cookie. But the problem here, she has two phones, so I really tried to tell him to remove that, but sometimes it just gets stuck, and I really tried different prompts, but it didn't work. I gave up, but here's the final photos. Here we have outdoors of the coffee shop. Here we have cold coffee, barista, coffee machine, barista making coffee, coffee cup on the table inside that coffee shop looking at the streets, outdoors into the coffee shop, someone who's baking cookies, barista on the left side, people on the right side, a cooking shelf, hand holds coffee cup, cookie, and a girl is speaking on the phone with the phones. And now we need to move to the questions, and you need to ask yourself, which environment best represents my brand? So the brand is a coffee shop, so I wrote coffee shop. do these images match the story that I want to tell? Yes, so as I mentioned before, yes, we need that list of different things that we need to capture in order to capture a coffee shop. Are the visual consistent together? So yes, of course we need to make them consistent in the video editing, but keeping the brand colors, like someone just was passing there in the coffee shop and just shot coffee cup, barista, cookies, cookie shells, inside, outdoors, indoors, everything. So it looks consistent. Let's move to the fourth step, which is animating the photos. There are many tools you can use it. You can use VO3, you can use Kling, you can use Hilo, you can use even Sora too. You can use so many things. I specifically use Canva. There is a pro version that I use. You can always use Kling for free with a certain credits. If you sign up for it without subscribing, you can use it. And you have like 5 or 6 videos, and you can put all your Gmail account, so you have like 40, 50 videos, or even like 20, which is great because here we don't have that much of photos, so it's fine, and it's also creating a sound and a video. But I do want to mention that here we need to take that photos and bring them to life. How do we do that? We have handheld like shooting. For example, if I take the iPhone and I shoot, it's gonna like tingle a little bit, right? I'm gonna move, I'm gonna shake a little bit. Maybe I need to write in the prompt that the shot needs to be a little bit of shake, and maybe there's walking ahead, walking behind. So we need to consider all these kind of movements inside that prompt because we need to show the AI what we want. Here's the questions. What animation style fits my brand? So dolly zoom in, shaking hand like it's a real human through video editing. When we cut everything, but if the video is clear and long enough to cut, if the sound works well, then it's supposed to work well. Does the final video feel like a real video? This is your opinion. You need to think what looks like it's real or not. So let's head to Canva. Here you can go and you can write your video clip, and that's it. VO3, just like that. And I'm gonna show you the prompts. Some of the prompts that I wrote to that, and then create a video for me. So I took a photo of the person pouring milk into the cup of coffee, and I wrote handheld camera shot of the barista inside Cocoa Coffee Shop, keeping the original photo. The camera remains still with a light natural shake, focusing closely at the barista, slowly pours streaming milk into the hot coffee. Gentle stream rise, reflection of the warm coffee light, cinematic and realistic. Here is the final result. Handheld camera, still like I want to keep the same language, handheld camera, and this is the prompt as you can read, and this is what it created. So as you can see, the camera just goes closer and closer and closer. There's a sound of people, and it feels real. Now let's see all the videos that I created. We have here the barista, we have here coffee, we have here with music, someone's walking with a coffee cup, cold coffee, we have here another cold coffee. We have here 2 hands splitting the cookie. We have here a person putting cookies on the shelf, doesn't look right. We have here a very weird sound effect with a barista pouring the milk. We have here someone putting chocolate chips, which it doesn't look real, but it looks cool. One shot outdoors, another shot outdoors, another shot outdoors. And that's it. So I put all of these videos, which are 12 videos, I put it into the video editing software. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you want me to create a tutorial of how I edited all of them together and created the whole commercial then just comment down below. And if you want that file with the questions and everything, just write to me a comment AI, and I will send you this cool file of the questions and all the steps in order to create the ad. And now I'm gonna show you the ad again. Look at it, see if it's real or not, think about the brand, think about everything, think about all the process to create it. If you want me to create more AI tutorials, you can comment down below what you want to watch. I really appreciate you to see in all of the video, and I love creating new videos, so you can smash that subscribe button. See you next time. Have a great day. Bye.